These are the adventures of a temporarily out of work wife and mother, and it is wash day. On this natural hair, we're going to do a silk press and a lymph check. Okay, so we got those braids out, and it is time for wash day. So under this bag, we have our deep conditioner as a pre-poo. I done did my 2-hour soak in the tub with the water on hell, because I like to boil myself like a lobster. And now I am going to wash that deep conditioner out that I put in as a pre-poo. So I have all of that deep moisture in my hair after having my braids in for 2 months, I'm gonna say. My sister did her big one. This hair right here is a perfect demonstration of how much my hair has grown. So I shaved this part of my hair before I put my braids in. And when I took my braids out, this hair had grown back. So this is not breakage because the hair at the nape of my neck that she braided is the same length as the rest of my hair. So this isn't breakage. This is actually new growth from where I shaved the hair on the back of my neck and I shaved it up a little too high. So when she braided my hair, there wasn't hair there to braid. And so that hair grew back. Actually, there is a piece of my hair tangled up in there. So this is a piece of my hair that was there before. And then this is the hair that grew back after I shaved the sides of my head. So that tells you how much my hair grew while it was in those braids. So it is wash day, and today we are going to use the She System. Now, if you go to the Marshalls or the TJ Maxx, you know they have a gang of hair care products at that front, and you can get their entire system for the low. So I actually bought 2 different boxes because one box had the shampoo, conditioner, and a leave-in in it, and then the little silk infusion. And then I want to say the other box had a leave-in, the thermal acting smoothing treatment, and a silk infusion in it. So one box was like smaller and one box was larger. And so I got both boxes because I wanted that thermal active smoothing treatment. And it wasn't in the box that had the shampoo and the conditioner. So hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to use the reconstructing shampoo from Chi. We're going to use the reconstructing conditioner from Chi. We're going to use the Chi Keratin leave-in conditioner. And then before we dry it, we're going to use the thermal active smoothing treatment. And then we're also going to use the silk infusion. And so the silk infusion, you apply a small amount into the palm of your hand, work evenly through the hair, leave in, and proceed with styling. So this is what we're going to put on very last. So we're going to put the thermal active smoothing treatment in before we blow dry, and we're going to put this in right before we flat iron. Okay? And so we're going to see how it does, because y'all know when I do my own silk press, baby, the reverting is like almost immediate. Okay, there's probably like one person in the world who can flat iron my hair and it actually stays, and her name is Tressa Lindsay. Okay, anybody else flat iron it, it's gonna start reverting. If not that same day, then the following day. Okay, so I'm gonna do it yourself, do it at home, and see what it's hitting for. One, we want to do a lymph check, and 2, it's that time of the year where it's cold enough to rock that blow out, that silk press, right? But it's warm enough to still, get cute and go out down here in the North Carolinas, right? And so because I have begun sweating in my head now, because I'm now in Perry, I try to avoid blowing my hair out and flat ironing it anytime I know the temperature gonna get above like 60 degrees. Okay, so this is like the perfect time for that. All right, I'm gonna go get it washed,
So
conditioned,
let's
out the
see what
way.
it looks like when I put the leave-in in one section in the front, and I'm gonna also show a section in the back so that you have 2 views. Obviously, I try to make sure that it gets completely distributed throughout the section, trying to get every single hair from root to tip. I'm using my unbrush to make sure that the hair is detangled and that product is distributed, and then I'm putting it right back into that Bantu knot. I believe that that helps the hair to absorb whatever you have put in it. It helps to keep it from drying out before you
Are ready
actually
to.
dry it as well. And this is that back view. Unfortunately, the front camera on my iPad always looks crazy to me, but I had it on the front camera so that I could actually see what was being recorded.
Okay, so I love the way the shampoo and the conditioner feel on my hair. I also love the way it smells. It definitely smells like professional grade product, right? where a lot of natural hair care products smell like fruits and vegetables and flowers and whatever, it has a very gentle aroma. If it has fragrance, I would say the fragrance reminds me of grown woman perfume, very, very, very lightly applied, if that makes any kind of sense, right? Like it gives grown woman. Okay. Same thing for the leave-in conditioner. I loved it. I loved the way that it felt on my hair. I loved that I could feel when I had enough, and I felt like it was penetrating my hair. It's supposed to be keratin infused, and but with natural keratin. And one of the things that I'll say about how my hair feels, it feels almost squeaky, if that makes any sense. Like when I shampooed it, it felt squeaky clean, and when I put the conditioner on it, it felt soft. It felt like it was, penetrating, but it also feels like strong, if that makes any kind of sense. So a lot of times my hair just feels soft in some places. This part right here is like the hard part. Like my hair never feels soft in this part of my head. I would say it's like the coarsest texture of my hair, but at the same time, the longer the hair gets, the more relaxed the curl is. So it's really all over the place. For hair texture, I would say, from what I understand, I'm probably about a 3B, a 3C, and a 4A in different places on my head. And I just see this disrespectful gray hair, and me and the gray hair have an arrangement. If they stay hidden, I won't pluck them. But the minute that they show they ugly, disrespectful behinds, they gotta go. They gotta go. And even though I'm pulling right here, I'm still pulling it from the root because I find that to be absolutely disrespectful. Okay, so now that we got those few disrespectful gray hairs out of there, I promise you I would rather have a bald spot than gray hair. That's just where I am with it. I probably saw my first gray hair at like 22, 23, and no, I don't like it. I don't like it. Obviously, there will be a point where plucking is not an option, where I'm actually going to have a bald spot, because I'm going to have so much gray hair, because gray hair is dominant on my father's side of the family. So clearly that's going to happen. I'm going to start dyeing it. Right now, the ends of my hair are bleach bath. So they are lighter from doing a bleach bath. And so what I see most often is that the black strands of hair are actually turning gray as opposed to there being a new hair growing from my scalp that's gray, if that makes any kind of sense. If I have a short gray hair, that means I plucked it before. If it's long and it's gray, that means that the hair follicle turned gray. I don't like it at all. So back to the keratin. I put my contacts in, so now I can see, but I can't see, if that makes sense. I'm getting ready to use the thermal active smoothing treatment. Before blow drying, apply a small amount of smoothing treatment to hair and work through evenly. Blow dry hair and follow with the keratin coated 1-inch ceramic hairstyling iron based on shampooing once daily. I'm black. I don't shampoo my hair once daily. So I'm going to use that FHI heat dryer, and I'm also going to use my hot tools and my Tymo. So I'm going to use my hot tools and my Tymo for this flat iron. And I'm going to use all the cheap products, but I am going to cheat and use my Tymo heat protectant as well because I love it. So I can't imagine putting heat on my hair without it. I'm using the Tymo. I'm going to use their product as well. But I'm going to go ahead and go in with the thermal active smoothing treatment and then blow dry.
So I put way too much of that thermal active smoothing treatment on my hands for the section that I was using. So you'll see me only use some of it in this section and then wipe the rest of it into the next section. That way I didn't have too much on there. I wasn't trying to make my hair heavy. I just wanted to make sure that it was protected from the heat appropriately. So that is what I am doing now. And of course, I use the same technique and steps that I use for any other product, like the leave-in, etc. Brushing through well to make sure that product is distributed, applying it from root to tip, etc., and so on. I really like the way that product felt in my hair as well. And this is certainly something that I will not be doing with any regular consistency. I do not know how straight naturals do it. But here's the view from the back. And now to blow dry. So as I said, I'm using that FHI heat blow dryer available in my TikTok showcase. I love that it is handleless because you don't really need a handle. I love that it has a really long cord as well. It has 3 heat settings, high, medium, and low. It does not have variable speed settings though. And I blow dry each section the same way. I start with medium heat and I focus it more towards my ends. And then when they start drying, I go root to tip because that way I can ensure that my ends are as dry as the rest of the sections. When it's most of the way dry, I turn the heat up to high and just go through it a few times because I'm trying to make sure that the hair is as stretched as I can get it before I go in with the flat iron. I think I could have gotten it more stretched. I just didn't want to put more direct heat from the blow dryer. I don't know why, because that probably would have made the results better. And here is that same process from the back.
Okay, so now we're going in with the silk infusion. Okay, the silk infusion.
Now, the instructions said to use this before styling, so I put it in before I flat ironed it. I also put a little on before I wrap my hair each night, and I put a little on each morning when I comb my wrap down. It wasn't a really heavy oil or anything of that sort, but it was clear that a little goes a long way. And I used my 3-way comb to make sure that that product was evenly distributed.
All right, let's get to the flat iron. Got my hot tool set to 410. I think that's plenty. And I got my timer all the way up. Okay, let's go, let's go.
So to flat iron, I started in the back. I used the chase method. I didn't use my chase method aid though. I just used this rat tail comb. I was immediately shocked by the results. I mean, immediately. I have never gotten my hair this straight at home before in my entire life. And I had high hopes for this lasting because while I was doing this, I was having hot flashes and everything. And that hair was not reverting. Usually the hair touching my back would immediately start reverting. And as you see, it did not. So this is how quickly I was moving the flat iron. This is at normal speed. The steam that you see is not the flat iron frying my hair. It's what happens when you have heat protectant on your hair. The heat basically infuses the heat protectant into the hair, causing that smoke or steam. And I underestimated the length of the hair, so as a result, the video or the camera is zoomed in closer than it should be for you to be able to actually see the entire length of the hair as I'm flat ironing it. Now, here is a section in the front as well, and this is also at normal speed, so you can see how quickly I move through the front. I try to utilize the same effort in the front and the back, but obviously the part you can see really well, you're going to make adjustments to darn near get it perfect, which means that the part you couldn't see really well is probably not going to be done as well as the part you could see. I hate that. I clearly need a good trim because those ends, while they got straight, I could see as I was going through with the flat iron just how ate up they were. It looked like a rat had been chewing on them. And this is me completing that whole first section in the front. I love having hair. I do not love doing hair. It's taking everything in me not to cut all this hair off. I do want to dye it though, and I'm getting a hankering for doing that while my hair is straight because it'll be easier. So here's the rest of this section at 10x speed. And here is one of those perimenopausal hot flashes that I was talking about. Oh, I hate Perry. She is a disrespectful son of a... I can't wait to see Eve. Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on that Joker. Because I declare this is all her fault. Now, I'm not ready to go to heaven. But when I get there, I'm going to strangle that broad. And here are the end results with a little lymph check before we go in with our Tymo and do those curls. You can see those ends definitely need a good trimming. I'm going to get that done. And now for the Tymo, for those curls. This is in normal speed so that you can see about how long I had that iron in my hair, how much heat was being applied to it on this second go round, basically. I really love this flat iron. I love the curls that it produces. I love the shine that it gives the hair. I love the fact that it has a fan in it, so it's cooling the hair immediately after heating it up. And I definitely should have redid that section, but I just didn't want to. And this is wrapping up the curling.
All right, good people, it's done. It's done. Okay, it's done. I've been playing with it and making videos and stuff, so this part right here already fell. But it's done. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to wrap it for the night and go to bed because That's it. That's all she wrote. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we have some really good hair growth.
And here's the lymph check, as well as some clips from the last time I did this, which was in May of 2025. It is now February of 2026. And for clarity, there is nothing special that I've done to my hair for it to grow this length. It's simply genetics. Let these people lie to you. There are things that you can do to make your hair healthier and to help retain length, but it's very little that you can do to make your hair thick if it's fine, to make it grow long if it doesn't have the capacity. There are obviously things that you can do to limit damage, like not putting a whole bunch of heat, not dyeing it, not putting other chemicals in it. As you see, I have been doing all kinds of everything to my hair since I was like 16 years old. It grows because that's what it does. I'm sure that I will reach an age limit where that won't be the case. But while it is, I do what I want.
I love it. Heavy on me. That's why they mad. That's why they envy.